Hi, I'm Dr. Ken Hammond. I'm going to be doing a demonstration today just to test the efficacy of a JADE unit that is distributed by Surgically Clean Air. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be using this particle sensor that is going to measure particles anything above 0.3 microns. And we will be doing an initial test where we get a baseline. Then we'll be putting some particles into the air that we will be measuring after 30 seconds. And then we will do a 5-minute clearance to surgically scrub the air to see exactly what happens to those numbers over time. Okay, we're going to be doing the particle count now. It's a 30-second test with this machine. And then we'll show you the particles. And then we'll run the high speed for 30 seconds and then do a second test of the particle count. So we're in the center of the room right now and we're going to run this and check where we're at. All right, so we're at 1920, if you can see that. All right, so we're going to go ahead, run the handpiece, and try and provide some aerosolized particles into the air for 30 seconds. So we've got a 30-second count here with the handpiece. I mean, this is not necessarily what you'd be doing on a patient, but you would end up being inside the mouth, hopefully with a rubber dam and a high-speed suction with your assistant. But the purpose of this demonstration is just to see what the clearance is. So we're now continuing with our second part of the test. We're going to be measuring our particles in the air, which is a centimeter squared area of air. Okay. All right, so if you look at this here, we've gone from 2,000 up to 3480. Okay, we're going to run the JADE unit for 5 minutes. All right, so it has been 5 minutes. The JADE unit has been on high power, and we're going to do a measurement now to see what our readings are for the 0.3 to 0.5 microns. All right, so in 30 seconds, we are down to 600 particles of the 0.3 to 0.5. So we've had a very, very good efficiency. In 5 minutes, we're back to below what we started with before we even started the handpiece. Amazing. Okay, we're going to do a 30-second baseline measurement here, and then we're going to do a 30-second high-speed and 3-in-1 air-water syringe. We're going to provide some aerosols into the air and then do a measurement after that, and then turn on the JADE unit for 5 minutes just to see what our clearance will be. All right, so that's our measurement there right now, 690. All right, so we're going to present an area where we have a lot of aerosols. We want to try and contaminate the air with as many air particles as we can. For 30 seconds, this obviously would not be as bad as it would be, or would be much worse than it typically would be. All right, so now we're going to do the particle count for 30 seconds after we've provided some aerosols into the air. All right, so we provided a lot of saturation in the air, and we have over 10,000 particles that are 0.3 to 0.5 microns in size, as you can see. All right, so now we're going to turn on the JADE unit. We're going to have it running for 5 minutes on high power, and then we'll see what the clearance ratio is with respect to the particles. Our third and final test, we're going to be checking after 5 minutes with the 30-second particulate count of the 0.3 to 0.5 microns. Now, this third time we had a lot of aerosols in the air that we generated, and we just wanted to see where things were at 690, and we provided 10,660 count. And as you can see right now, those numbers from over 10,000 have gone down to 1,650. So we've had a substantial decrease in the clearing of the air, either by settling and also by the JADE unit. typically when you've got very small particles like that, the concern is that they're staying in the air and they're circulating and they're not settling very quickly like the larger droplets or the larger particles. We're doing a second test here where we're doing a 30-second particulate count. This time, instead of the high speed, we're going to be running the cavatron, which we want to find out exactly what's going to happen with respect to that. All right, so that's our particle count at baseline, 1350. We're going to be using a cavatron from the hygienist, and we're going to run it for 30 seconds. Same thing, we want to provide as much aerosols as we can into the air, just to see exactly where things will be once we provide this service at kind of a maximum. So we'll do 30 seconds as well, just like we did with the high speed, and find out what our numbers are with the cavatron. Good. Okay, so we can see our numbers are 2010. All right, so now we are running a 30-second count after 5 minutes with the JADE on. We just finished using the cavatron for 30 seconds, and we're gonna just check to measure where things have gone. Reading in the room was 1350, and after the 30-second cavatron, it was 2010. So you can see if you want right from there. All right, so we have 300, which is an 85% increase or decrease in the particles in the air with the surgically clean air unit on. So it's actually lower than our baseline number.